You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Trump's latest revenge suit takes humiliating turn as target smells blood, based on an article by Thomas Kika. Trump's legal theater hits the wall. A lawsuit, not a claim. Donald Trump's $10 billion defamation suit against the BBC is being exposed as what it looks like: legal warfare dressed up as injury. The case began with a complaint about the BBC's editing of his speech before the Jan. 6 riots. It is now drifting toward a humiliating retreat after Judge Enjoliqué Lett allowed discovery that could pry into Trump's finances and testimony from people close to him. Power was never the BBC's problem. The actual power in this story sits with Trump, who turned the courts into another venue for punishment. He chose the target. He chose the damages theory. He chose to claim that a documentary caused massive economic damage to his brand, as if his reputation were some fragile asset separate from his own conduct. That claim runs straight into the basic problem Trump has spent years trying to bury. His finances are opaque, contested, and politically radioactive. Secrecy is the point. The most revealing part of the reporting is not the editing dispute. It is Trump's panic around disclosure. The same man demanding billions from a broadcaster does not want his financial records exposed to BBC lawyers. His team is already signaling an amended suit with far more narrow scope, which is legalese for retreat. A plaintiff who cannot tolerate discovery is not pursuing truth. He is trying to use the process itself as the punishment. The real target is accountability. This is not a neutral fight over editorial judgment. It is an attempt to convert scrutiny of Jan. 6 into a grievance narrative about Trump's brand value. That move matters. It shifts attention away from the speech, the riot, and the political intent surrounding both, and toward a performance of victimhood. The BBC's lawyers also cut through the clutter by showing that parts of the lawsuit were aimed at entities that had nothing to do with producing or broadcasting the documentary. That is not a technical footnote. It is what overreach looks like when it gets tested. The pattern is familiar. Trump's lawyers are not just litigating a single case. They are servicing a broader political method: harass the press, demand absurd damages, threaten disclosure fights, and then retreat when the facts start pulling in the other direction. This is how authoritarian politics behaves when it still has to operate inside democratic institutions. It cannot survive scrutiny, so it tries to exhaust the people doing the scrutinizing. What this story actually shows: the BBC is not sticking up for itself in some abstract media morality play. It is forcing Trump to confront the limits of his own bluff. That is the important political lesson. Power that depends on secrecy, intimidation, and grievance can look imposing right up until a judge asks for documents. Then the whole operation starts to shrink. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article, with the automated voice of Ryan. Thanks for listening.